So what's up guys, it's Terry here by Norquaji, and welcome back to another video of Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 Multiplayer Season 5. In today's Big Baller video, I'm going to show you guys my top 10 fastest killing meta class setups after the Season 5 update. And the reason for this is because there are many buffs and nerfs that we could read through the patch notes, but of course I'll just give you guys classes and tell you guys which guns were majorly affected. But secondly, and most importantly, there's a new secret suppressor that you can now earn by going to the Armory Unlocks menu here and unlocking the Quartermaster Suppressor. This suppressor has some amazing benefits and it's completely changed all the classes that I've ever made. Legit makes these guns way more powerful. So if you guys are excited to see this new Season 5 meta classes, make sure you guys stay tuned. And let me know how many nukes you've gotten so far, or if these classes help you get your first nuke. Let's rock and roll. Okay, so starting things off, we've got the MW3, which received a very major recoil control buff, as you guys can see from the patch notes here. So with that being entailed, let's go ahead and put on the attachments that will make this gun overpowered. Starting things off, I actually like the Scratch 20L suppressor on this gun, and that's because this gun is already abnormally slow with the attachments about to give it. But if you wanted absolutely no recoil, and you wanted to have some variability with this, you could also use that new Quartermaster Suppressor, because it keeps you off the minimap, but you get a ton of gun kick control and recoil control, allowing you to have boosted recoil control by 10 to 23% in all situations. It's just going to hurt your sprint to fire speed and ADS speed majorly. But because the Scratch 20L suppressor helps us with some accuracy with that firing aim stability and only losing 1%, then if I didn't want to lose speed, this is the suppressor I want to use. But of course, use that Quartermaster if you wanted to. Barrel-wise, I decided to use the Prime MNX barrel because it gives us that extra sprint to fire speed, boosting us up by 6% so we can bring up the gun faster. And of course, we also have those movement benefits that this barrel also gives us, so we can move around the map a little bit more rapidly. We don't really need that damage range in my opinion. It's multiplayer, so we can kind of forebode it in this situation. Underbarrel wise, I personally like the DR6 hand stop. Helps us with that sprint to fire speed, ADS speed, aim walking speed, and movement speed, so we can move around the map a lot more quickly, and we can bring up the gun faster by 8 to 9% with those ADS speed and sprint to fire speed increases, giving us a faster time to kill. Next up, we got the magazine of the 60 round mag. It's our only option, and we want to make sure to have enough ammo for multiple opponents that come our way. And then in terms of the rear grip, personally, I like the Channel M grip because it just gives us a little cushion with that extra recoil control and gun kick control from 10% in all sorts of situations and areas, which is really, really sweet. So with these attachments, the MW3, along with the buff, is a ton more accurate and has a decent amount of speed with the attachments that we kind of gave it here. And as a result, you can kind of use it as a SMG AR hybrid. It kind of serves the same purpose as the MCZ556, and it's so much better to use at farther ranges now because of that nice little recoil control buff that it got. It doesn't bounce up all the way to the sky anymore, and I love what they did with this gun. Definitely use it. Now, before we go to the rest of the builds here, I should show you guys my new best secondary because they absolutely killed the Core 45, my baby, to the ground. Do not use the Core 45. And now I have a new pistol, and that's going to be the RENETTI pistol. So make sure you use the RENETTI because it actually does come in clutch. And I'm also going to show you guys my general loadout. So on the RENETTI, I use the Sonic Suppressor XS. I also use the Slate Reflector Optic, the 50 round drum mag, the Bruin MG89 trigger action, and the RENETTI wood grain. The only reason I don't run the big conversion kit like this one, the Ferocity, is because it feels too slow, and I'd rather use this as like a pocket pistol. It's a secondary, not another primary. So if I need to pull it out quickly to finish off some kills, this is going to help me more. Plus, the other version's a lot more slower. So this is why I rock it in this way. And this is pretty much my core replacer, as you can see from the title. And in case you're wondering what vest I'm running, I'm still running the comms vest, even though every vest essentially got buffed. They have like extra effects or whatever. The comms vest is just the best because it gives you those UAV pings that really come in clutch. But now, ever since the buff, we now can use a tactical. I tend to use the EMP grenade, just in case enemies get like kill streaks. I can just EMP a sentry gun, EMP whatever might be on the ground. But of course, you're open to using a stim, smoke grenades, whatever you want, stun grenades. I just like the EMP grenade for its versatility. Medbox is always going to be my field upgrade because it helps me heal fast. I just throw down a medbox and it reduces the healing rate from 5 seconds to 3 seconds after any sort of damage was implemented on me, not just after kills. So this helps me stay alive and get on my kill streak. Gloves wise, I always get use Scavenger just to keep using my primary gun. Boots is going to be covert sneakers, but if you wanted to, you could also use the all-terrain boots to move around the map a lot more rapidly. but covert sneakers is just nice to be sneaky. EOD padding is usually my gear, so I can shrug off those annoying grenades. And then my second gear is usually mag holster for those fast reloads. But if you also wanted to, Ghost is a nice substitute. Compression carrier or plate or whatever. If you're not using medbox or tac mask, it's up to you at the end of the day. But that's pretty much what I use on every single class, just so you guys know. So now let's move on to the next gun. So next up here, we got the Reclaimer 18 shotgun, which got major buffs within its consistency. Remember last time I said that the hipfire was very inconsistent on this gun? Well, they boosted the hipfire damage for this gun, so now it can actually one-shot if you're in a person's face, which is really nice. You're not going to be feeling like this gun is trash. This is way better than the Lockwood now after the buff. So let's go ahead and build it out to be the ultimate one-shot class. So in terms of the muzzle, I always stay with the X10 modified choke. This is what worked for me. But if you still like the Bryson choke, I definitely don't blame it. The Bryson choke is also super nice, but I'm gonna stick with the X10 modified choke for the most consistent one-shot kills. Barrel-wise, I'm gonna use the Iron Brand long barrel for that sprint to fire speed, and ADS speed, and sprint speed, so I can bring up the gun a lot faster. And it also helps our range and damage in a secretive way, as you guys can see from the description. But if you don't feel like it helps you, you could also use the Discourager 900 heavy barrel, which for sure visibly helps your damage range and bullet velocity. But I have a feeling this one also does the same thing as well. And then going over to the laser, you can use two lasers here, in my opinion. You can either use the Kimura Rai L33 laser light, which is going to help your sprint to fire speed and ADS speed massively with 9 to 17% of ADS speed. So bringing up the gun faster is going to be really sweet. But I personally like that extra aiming stability that the VLK LZR7W gives me, so I can be really steady with my shot if I'm getting like some range. And then I also improve myself by 7 to 5%. So not as big as improvement, but that aiming stability really goes a long way in my opinion for making this gun more consistent with my one-shot kills. And then next up, going over to the stock, I personally like the Hinge Laugh Light stock because it helps us with our sprint fire speed, movement speeds. Everything just gets boosted by a whole bunch of percentages, so we can move around the map rapidly and bring up the gun faster for that one-shot kill. But of course, you can always use that no stock if you're willing to mess and roll with that stupid freaking iron sight. I hate the iron sight on that, so I use the light stock here. And then rear grip wise, we're gonna go ahead and put on the center mass grip tape for that maximum sprint to fire speed and ADS speed, allowing us to bring up the gun faster by 20%, which is really nice to get those one-shot kills in range. And legit, the Reclaimer 18 with this build is so much better now after the buff. You're gonna get some 2-shots at like farther ranges, 3 shots of super far ranges, but 2-shotting from that range is really good. But anything less than 10 meters, you're gonna be pretty much one-shotting very easily, and you got the speed to go along with it. Love what they did, and your hip fire isn't gonna be inconsistent, so use this shotty. So next up, we got the tried and true SVA 545, which is the fastest killing AR in this game with its hyperburst features. Let's go ahead and kit it out. So before, I used to use the Scratch 20L suppressor, but nowadays, this quartermaster suppressor with its effects allowing us to be 10 to 23% more accurate and just a loss of some ADS speed and sprint to fire speed. This is a much better now because now I can change some of my other attachments to give me speed, and this is going to account for most of the recoil controls. So this is going to make us super accurate, and we're going to be a lot more speedy. Just wait till you see the final class. But put on a quartermaster suppressor. It's going to be very much so key now in a lot of my builds. DR6 handstop for all the movement benefits that I talked about in previous setups. Stock here is going to be the main V6 stock for that recoil control and gun kick control, improving our accuracy by 9 to 21% in all situations, all ranges, all, vertical directions, horizontal directions. But now for the rear grip, I used to use the Demo 650 grip, but the recoil control has pretty much been taken care of by the muzzle now, the new suppressor. So now we're going to switch it up and put on the Not Z3 grip for that extra sprint to fire speed and ADS speed, so we can bring up the gun 15 to 3% faster, which is going to help us a ton more in being more snappy. So just watch. When it comes to the magazine, we're going to put on the usual 45 round mag, but if you wanted more ammo, you could rock that 60 round mag, but 45 is like the perfect amount of ammo to body our opponents here. And now with this new and improved build, I'm able to just pretty much bring the gun up faster, have a little bit more speed, a little bit more sprint to fire speed. It helps us a lot. And we still get like no recoil with this build. It's actually freaking scary how good this new suppressor is. And on the SVA, you're gonna be making people mad. Next up, we got one of my favorite SMGs, the WSP Swarm, which is still fun to use, especially on shipment and the new variation of shipment. When it comes to the muzzle, once again, I used to use the Shadow Strike suppressor, but because this gun has so much recoil and we need to take care of that, the Quartermaster suppressor is gonna go ahead and take care of those recoil control benefits that some other attachment would have taken care of. So we're gonna go ahead and put that on. Underbarrel wise, I'm gonna go ahead and put on the Kimura Seraphic vertical grip. just because this gun still has a ton of vertical recoil, and this is going to help us with our vertical recoil by 7 to 8%, as you guys can see there, and we get some extra movement speed to bat, which is really nice. Going over to the stock, we're going to stick with the Ephesus Fortress Heavy stock because it helps our gun kick control, recoil control, and firing stability massively by 14 to 28%, keeping this gun steady because recoil is one of its biggest weaknesses. And for the rear grip, I used to use the Marauder grip, but now I'm going to switch over to the WSP TAC 20 grip because a lot of that recoil control was kind of already taken care of by the muzzle now. So with this, we have way faster spin to fire speed, allowing us to bring up the SMG a lot faster, which as an SMG, you definitely need. And for the magazine, I like my 100 round drum mag. I love the spray and pray and shipment, but of course you can bump it down to a 50 or 40. But this gun just has such a fast fire rate. I feel like 100 rounds, this is more than enough for the multiple opponents you're gonna run into. And this is my new and improved build with the WSP Swarm. And because of this, the gun is perfect for those short and medium ranges still. See? It still has very manageable recoil control up to like 20 meters or 30 meters, whatever that is. And if I want to stretch my ranges, you know, there's going to be some recoil, but there's so much ammo on this gun that I might be able to, you know, reach out a gunfight there. So up to you, but this Swarm is a lot better now with this new Quartermaster suppressor. Next up, we got the MTZ-556AR, which is the perfect SMG AR hybrid in this game, and I love rushing with it. In terms of the muzzle, you guys already know, I used to use the Scratch 20L suppressor, but this new Quartermaster suppressor has definitely changed my mind about a lot of things. So we're going to go ahead and put that baby on for the recoil control benefits. On the barrel wise, we're going to go ahead and put on the Chimera Seraphic vertical grip for the vertical recoil control and movement speed that we put on the Swarm. Stock wise, we're going to give ourselves the MTZ Marauder stock, or you could try the close quarters assault stock, but this helps us even more in gun kick control and recoil control by 9 to 21%, keeping the gun super steady for those farther ranges. And for the rear grip, I used to use the Bruin TR24 Assault Grip, but because of the Quartermaster suppressor, we can focus a little bit more on speed, and we're now going to use the Rival Ace Grip to help us on our sprint to fire speed, ADS speed being boosted by 5%, and as well as some other movement speed benefits though. This MTZ is going to be even faster and accurate, which is kind of scary. And then for the magazine, we're going to go ahead and put on the 50 round drum mag to have a ton of ammo. And I'm telling you right now, with this new and improved MTZ 556 build, if you thought we had no recoil before, now for sure we have no recoil. It's just that easy. This new suppressor is freaking goated. Now, I covered this gun in great detail earlier, but I want to go ahead and include it in this video in case anybody missed out on the previous video. But we got the Static HV SMG, which is a new SMG and is amazing in this game. In terms of the muzzle, once again, we're going to go ahead and put on that Quartermaster suppressor here, which is incredible. Barrel-wise, we're going to go ahead and put on the Garrote 8 long barrel for the extra bullet velocity and damage range, and aiming out of this way so the gun's a little bit more steady, and we get that damage boost by 25% to make sure this gun hits even harder at those farther ranges, which none of the other suppressors or barrels help us hit in. So that damage range and bullet velocity is really key here. Underbarrel wise, we're going to go ahead and put on the SL Skeletal vertical grip, just because I want sprint to fire speed and ADS speed over movement speed, bringing up the gun faster by 4 to 7%, giving us a faster time to kill. And we get some extra vertical recoil control and gun kick control by 7 to 8%, just to be a little bit more accurate. Stock wise, I personally have been liking the Ephesus Guardian stock just for even more recoil control, with that firing aim stability, gun kick control, and recoil control, improving everything by 10% at only the cost of 10% ADS speed. But we're going to go ahead and take care of that, because in terms of the rear grip, we're going to go ahead and give ourselves the Warcat 90 grip with even more sprint to fire speed and ADS speed to boot, with 9 to 14% boost. So this gun's going to be able to be brought up even faster than before, making it accurate, amazing, and it's all thanks to the Quartermaster suppressor being able to customize their classes even further, that this gun just feels amazing. It feels great. The iron sight, if you find it annoying, you can probably switch out like maybe the rear grip or maybe even the suppressor if you wanted to. But just remember, it is an SMG, so at far ranges, you know, it might be harder to hit somebody, but definitely at these optimal ranges, this suppressor, or this gun I should say, is really sweet. Let me know your thoughts on the Static HV in the comment section below. So next up on our list here, we got the MCW, the old reliable. So let's go ahead and give you guys this new up class. Just like the others, I used to use the Scratch, but now I use that Quartermaster to really master the recoil control of this gun. Barrel wise, I like using the Cyclone barrel on this thing. Gives us some extra bullet velocity and damage range, boosting our power by 15 to 18%, making this gun melt faster. And then we also get some extra aiming saw idle sway and firing aim stability, so the gun could be even more accurate at farther ranges. Underbarrel wise, I've actually decided to use the SL Skeletal Vertical Grip just to give this gun even more vertical recoil control, because that's where it's kind of lacking. But if you wanted more speed, you could also use the DR6 handsaw, so it's up to you. But I also wanted to bring up the gun faster, that's for fire speed and ADS speed. Rear grip wise, because I usually use a stock instead, but for the rear grip, since we have the quartermaster suppressor, I decided to put on the RB Rapid Strike grip to help our sprint to fire speed and ADS speed by 10 to almost 20%, so the gun can be a lot more snappier and we barely lose any recoil. And then magazine wise, I go with the 40 round mag just because I want that extra speed, but if you wanted more ammo, you could rock the 60 round drum mag, but I don't think you want to be slow and sluggish like a turtle. The 40 round mag is perfect here. And yeah, with this non-conversion kit build with the MCW, if you enjoy the iron sight or whatever, it's very steady. It's very easy to use. I love the way it feels, and I definitely recommend it in this way. It just feels great. So yeah, if you want to sacrifice something for a red dot, you could, but I think it's pretty great. Next up, we got the best MW2 SMG that's now even better thanks to this new attachment, and that's going to be the Vel 46. So of course I had to revisit this thing because I used to use a Shadow Strike suppressor, but the Quartermaster suppressor is also available on MW2 SMG. So we're gonna go ahead and put this baby on and really give this gun some great accuracy. For the underbarrel, we're gonna go ahead and put on the SL Skeletal Vertical Grip for reasons we've already stated before. Stock is gonna be the Demo RXT stock for the ADS speed, sprint speed, and crouch movement speed, so we can move around the map a lot more rapidly, and we could be a lot more snappy with this gun in general. The rear grip. I used to use the ZLR Combat Grip, but that's kind of been taken over by the suppressor. So now we're going to focus on a little bit more speed with the Shalasia Soldier Grip, giving us that extra sprint to fire speed and ADS speed by 3 to 15%. So being able to bring up the SMG faster is going to be sweet. And if we wanted more speed for the magazine, we could put on the 30 round mag, but I want some extra ammo. So those 10 extra rounds on the 50 round mag is going to be helpful. But if you want to go really big, you can go with the 60 round mag. But I think 50 round mag is more than enough, and this is going to be really nice. And trust me, with this Vel 46 class, man, I really love how this thing feels. Like, it's already a top SMG with my old build, but with this new build, not only do we have some great speed, but we also have amazing accuracy. When I was using this, I was like, what the heck? This suppressor is just... it changes things, bro. People are going to be mad. So just like I had to bring out the best MW2 SMG, I have to bring out the best MW2 AR, and that's going to be the M13V. And once again, it's even better because for the muzzle, we're putting on the Quartermaster suppressor. I shouldn't have to explain shit anymore. Underbarrel is going to be the SL Skeletal Vertical Grip for obvious reasons. Rear grip wise, we used to use the D37 grip, but now we're going to use the Bruin Flash grip for the extra sprint to fire speed and ADS speed, boosting our movement by 3 to 15%, which is really nice for an AR to have. And then optic-wise, we're going to go ahead and put on the Jack Glasses optic just because the iron sights, they aren't the cleanest, and we're going to put on some cleaner sights here, and we get some extra firing stability, so the gun could be even more accurate. And then magazine-wise, we're going to go ahead and put on the 45 round mag. If you want more ammo, you can put on a 60, but, being slow like a turtle isn't fun, so the 45 is perfect here. And, I mean, the M13V, we already know it was goated before, but now it still has amazing movement, and in terms of speed and accuracy, it's still a freaking menace. What can I say? These builds are crazier now. Now, I haven't made a video on this gun yet. There will be a video on this gun tomorrow, but I thought I'd, give you guys a nice little preview here today. We're talking about the STG-44. So while messing with this gun a little bit, of course, we got to put on that Quartermaster suppressor. We know its amazing effects now. Underbarrel-wise, we're going to go ahead and put on the SL Skeletal Vertical Grip to make it more snappy. Stock-wise, I decided I like the Igneous L5 stocks. Some of these stocks help us too much in recoil control that we're too slow, and some of them hurt us too much that we can't freaking, hit our shots. This is the perfect balance between not losing too much speed, but also helping us a little bit with that recoil control, which I think is amazing. I love this stock. It really helps this gun majorly. Rear grip wise, we're going to go ahead and put on the Not Z3 grip, but if you wanted a little bit more accuracy, you could put on the Citadel grip, which helps your recoil control majorly. But I think that Quartermaster suppressor really helps us enough to, focus a little bit on speed. And then magazine-wise, I decided to put on the 40 round mag. Not really much difference between 40 and 50, unless you really want those 10 extra rounds. I think 40 rounds is like more than enough, and you don't want to be too slow. And yeah, this is how I'm pretty much going to rock it. But if you wanted a sight, you could sacrifice the rear grip and put on an optic. Or if you wanted to try out the barrels actually give you different iron sights, kind of. You could try each of the barrels and see what you like. But this is what I ended up rocking with, and I think I'm going to be rocking tomorrow. But it's accurate. It's very accurate. It feels great in terms of speed. If you, like I said, if you want to make it more accurate, you could put on a rear grip or a barrel, or a different rear grip or a barrel. But I like how this gun feels so far, and I can't wait to use it in actual play. Let me know what you guys think about the SCG in the comment section below. But there you guys go. Those are some 10 updated class setups. That Quartermaster Suppressor absolutely changed everything. And let me know what you guys think about it in the comment section below. Make sure to drop a like and subscribe, turn on those post notifications. And just remember, I really freaking love you all. We drop nukes every single day and have fun. I love you all.